Okay, Friday, January 23rd. No trades for me. I wasn't feeling good today. But how'd the room go, George?
The room went okay. The levels, of course, that we had kind of called out, well ahead of time, as we do, day in and day out, they got there. However, I'm right in the same boat as you. I had taken, and I'll kind of lay out my thinking and what I did, but I was not successful at getting a single entry. Everything I placed, it just missed me by like the slightest amount. I just wasn't willing to chase it. So, one of those days, but I have my rules. I try to stick to them. Matter of fact, it was kind of, you know, some of this stuff happens for a good reason. And it actually opened up a really good conversation in the group. I'm not sure if you were around and heard much of it, but it really did open up a really great conversation amongst the people there to just say, look, some days are like this.
Yeah, I think I heard you and Ryan
And
talking, and a couple other people chimed in afterwards and said it was a very useful conversation.
yeah, which is good. Like, I have my rules. I hope that through obviously what we're doing, we're kind of expressing to people that you have to come up with your own trading style, certainly as it pertains to risk and everything else. So it was really good that it actually happened to me because it opened up an amazing conversation of people who just realized that every day is not a winning day, even for folks who are literally guiding them. I'm telling you where the market's going to go, where it could potentially stop, et cetera. But even I don't get to get in every single day. So that was my day. So yeah, we'll run through it here. Here's why. It's exactly why I was unable to actually get a single trade in today. So we had the start of the morning in the pre-market. So again, I start the lines in the, not the bubbles so much, but the lines. I always start at the time that I find the information, and I understand that it's relevant to the day. So we'll go back as early as 6:10 in the morning. Yep, I was awake. I couldn't sleep. So, what's a guy to do but go start charting? Why not? So here at 6:10, we had recognized that kind of before everything started kicking off, that we knew that the market would have to get above 69, 63 half for the ES. And I think I was doing it for the NQ. Did I do it at the same time? I did not. Okay. I was doing something else in the NQ. So we knew that that was going to be a very key level for the market. And if this decision point was broken, then I drew a big giant box up here that said that, look, this was potential if we can get through there, but just keep in mind we have a hurdle that's slightly up here we posted later in the day. So this was kind of the start of my morning. After I recognized that, I went and had breakfast. And then I came back and I said, okay, well, to the downside, what do we need to hold? Has to hold right down here. What do we need to hold to even get this upside, to kind of retest and see if it's possible? So we had a zone down here between, looks like 23 quarter. Yeah. So 69, 23 quarter and 19 half. And then it was looking very, very promising because the market had given targets that quite literally landed right on top. So not only the zone itself, but it landed right on top of the two numbers and then a rubber band. So I was very hopeful. I was thinking, this is great. So I put a whole bunch of buys in this zone to take it up. And then, as always, like we discuss things as they go, because it's, the market's just one big giant test of if then. So if we can do this, essentially, if we can hold this lower level, then we can test the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. So either way, I had a bunch of buys on down here. Nothing got picked up. I'm like, well, okay. And I don't chase. I try to instill that amongst everybody else. Like if it doesn't get you, let it go and just to, recognize that you didn't get in. So I didn't chase, and it finally got up here to the other hurdle, which we had posted at 7:50 in the morning. So if I literally just extend this line over, there you go. We knew that was going to be the next big thing that the market had to deal with. And so as it came back, I told everybody that the potential for the pullback in the ES Again, it was a bit of a range, but it was going to be between 35 and 32. So not a bad range, but nevertheless between 35 and 32. So again, I grabbed all my stuff from down here and I moved them up here. So I didn't chase. That's, important. I didn't, buy at the high. It's like it's got to come back to you. So I put all my stuff up here. I layered in again and it stopped at 36.5. And I again didn't get picked up. And then after it reached targets, after clearing this last hurdle, I was done. Just, two losses like that being missed by literal ticks. It goes. It's just, you just kind of get tired and you're like, well, I'm going to be done for the day. Yeah, so that was the ES, but it did get to the targets. It did clear our decision point at the 43.75. It got through the hurdle that we had posted even after the other hurdle. And again, you can kind of see like we post these things well ahead of time. So I got this hurdle posted at 10:05. What did the market do? Came up, wicked above it, and then eventually broke it. And then what did it do here at 10:50? Came back in, retested it, and then made its way to targets. This is the way that we set things up with the total picture in mind, right? It's not about necessarily just jumping in and taking huge drawdowns, but rather use the key levels that the market's going to give you. And then, of course, it got to target, and then the decision point that we had posted way back here at 6:10 in the morning. Well, this is important, right? It has to close above this in order to be a big deal, or sorry, in order to push to the next thing. And we had talked about this in yesterday's video, and I think even the day before that, just how incredibly important 69.69 is to the market right now. And clearly we didn't get to or through 69.69. So there you are. NQ was pretty much the same thing. So without going into all that same exact detail, same deal. It had a past the whole zone down here, as well as a decision point that it would have to break to even potentially get lower. So again, it's got to go above or below these decision points that we post. And ideally, of course, you're looking for the retest. So same thing, it didn't get down here. So again, I didn't get anything picked up because that's what I was shooting for. After it cleared the decision point here at the 10:05 candle, it never retested. So again, I didn't get picked up, and it blew through and hit every single target in the first series. And it even got through the second decision point, which we posted at 7:15 in the morning, and even got to first target of the bigger decisions. We just call this second scenario of the day. And then you'll appreciate this, Bob. Remember the big number that we were discussing in the NQ? 732. Here it is.
Yep.
We got 732. I had said, like, this is nothing you guys need to worry about or think about necessarily, but this will be extremely telling if they can't close back above 732 by the end of the day. And lo and behold, surprise, surprise, here we are, back below 732. Yep, they're keeping their options open. For anybody who doesn't think that the market's controlled, come join us. How about you? What do you got? Any comments?
No, I thought that conversation y'all were having was pretty good. You teach a basic framework, and then everybody kind of has to work it to their own comfort within there. And it sounds like we have several guys that are really starting to. You're able to predict some of the things that we do. You're like, oh, this is probably a Bob hurdle here or a decision point, and and then you earlier said this is probably one of the things Ryan played and got, and so it's fun that it's a small group right now because we can have really good in-depth conversations while the market's running. So I always tell people take advantage of that now because if the room gets bigger, at some point we won't be able to allow to have an open mic for everybody, but take advantage of that while you can for sure.
Yeah, it is fun. It's a good group of guys for sure. I appreciate all of them. They're great folks. And you're right. Like I've had numerous conversations on kind of the side with a lot of these guys. And they're like, what can I do to just enhance my trading? And like you had mentioned Ryan. I was like, look, Ryan, if you really want to make this like the long haul, if you really want to make this a business, you got to figure out how to survive. So let's just have you take the has to holds.
Right.
Just take the has to holds. When they come up, don't overthink it. Maybe don't think about it at all. Just take it. Take the trade. And so I know, because he commented, he trades the ES, but he took this one right here when we posted the minor has to hold. And again, if we're, for anybody who doesn't, obviously in the room, you don't understand this, we posted this ahead of time that the market would have to hold this level right here to not go up any further. Okay. So he took it. So again, we're starting off the 930 here. He took it short. But I want to make sure that everybody's who again is not in the room, maybe doesn't understand this. He put a short in right here and he took it down. And as we went through this motion, I just verbally called out like, okay, here's a good conservative spot and so forth. It was great. It was a 10 plus point. What was that? Yeah, 15-point move. As a 15-point move on the ES, that should be more than enough to satisfy anybody on a daily, scenario. But he did. He took it down. I think he said like 10 points. So good for him.
Yeah, he said that was in and out pretty quick, and it kind of anticlimactic, really, because it just did what it was supposed to do right away. 10
minutes, like you did, and there was zero
heat
heat on this at all.
Yep, that was beautiful.
Zero. It was great. So again, it's not about taking every single trade every single second of the day. It's interacting with the market at the key levels that they tell us. Like, and again, same thing. If I took this one, he didn't take it. And again, I personally wasn't looking for shorts today. I was looking for longs because the bigger picture is that we were still going up. So obviously we did. But even the hurdle here that was posted at 7:50 in the morning, if you'd have taken and just interacted with the market at that time, then again, what is this? So 47 down to another 11 points. So yeah, there's plenty of moves to be had, but you got to see them, you got to know them, you got to interact with them, in real time. So
very good. I think that closed out a pretty decent week. Actually, we had lots of good price action and lots of good levels. Sometimes the market goes sideways and you don't really see anything, and it's hard to call them out. But this week was pretty good. So let's hope that continues next week. In the description below, we got the 7-day free trial to the room. Come join us, and then also we have a free course that goes into more detail on everything that George discovered. So click below and come take a look.
Come join us. See if we're totally full of it or not, folks.
Okay, George. Thanks. Have a good weekend.
All right. Have a great weekend. Everybody else, see you later.